Hello fellow booktubers. Today I'm going to be doing a review and discussion on The Maze Runner by James Dashner. But first I just want to say that I did get an Instagram. I finally got one. I know it's been like forever. And it's the same as my Twitter. It's at Heather's Book Rev, so I'll put that somewhere up here so you guys can see. But yeah, follow me on there because it's fun and I like taking pictures. And yeah, so anyways, I'm going to do a short review on this, but it's mainly going to be a discussion. So basically, your main character's name is Thomas, and he arrives in the Glade, and he comes out of this big black box, and he doesn't remember anything. He doesn't remember his age, his parents, where he came from, like what he's doing there, what happened to him. All he remembers is that his name is Thomas. So he's in the Glade with all of these boys. There's no girls. And basically, he finds out that it's a maze, hence the Maze Runner. So they live in this giant glade that's, I think they said like 15 football fields or something crazy, surrounded by 4 really tall walls. And then the walls have little openings in them that lead out to the maze. But at night, the walls close up, so they're all stuck in the glade. So basically, Thomas has this instinct that he wants to become a runner, which is one of the jobs in the glade. And, so he wants to explore the maze and find out a way to get out of there. But some of these kids have been there for 2 years and they've never found a way out. And so basically the story is just about Thomas forming friendships with these guys and trying to figure a way out of this crazy maze. And it's amazing. This book is really fast-paced. It's never dull. The characters, I liked Thomas. I liked Chuck, who was his kind of like little friend, like mentor guy. He's supposed to be younger. But the other characters I didn't like so much. I thought they were moody. This book had a really weird language. Like they called each other shucks, and since he was the newbie, they called him Greenie and stuff like that. I could have went without that. I thought it was a little hard to read, and I wasn't really fond of it. But other than that, this book is really good, and you guys should definitely check it out. And now on for the discussion. So I'm going to be doing it in chunks, like in my last review, from like 0 to 100 and such. So he arrives in the Glade, and he has no memory, and they basically tell him that there's like these grievers in the maze. And the grievers, I had such a hard time picturing them because they were supposed to be like a mole mixed with machinery. Like, it just sounds really ugly, but I can't picture it. Like, I can't picture the face. I can't... so this whole time I was struggling in this book, and I didn't really like that. I'm very interested to see how they portray them in the movie, because maybe I'm just thinking of something else, but the way it seemed to me was that they have like they're large, and they have like a mole-ish skin, and they have like knives and things sticking out of them, so I don't know. But yeah, so he makes his like only friend for a little bit, Chuck, who was the Greenie before he came. And I love Chuck. I thought he was so cute. And I looked up the cast online, and I just think that he fits perfectly. He's just so like little, and I don't know. And then in the beginning, Newt and Albie are kind of like standoffish, and I didn't really like Albie at all throughout the book. I thought he was crazy after he went through the changing, but I do like Newt, and I like the character who's playing Newt. I'm blanking on his name right now, but he was in Nanny McPhee, which is one of my favorite movies. And yes. So anyways, so he gets introduced to the different jobs, like, you know, working in the garden, whatever, but he knows that he wants to be a runner. And then the day after he comes, Teresa comes, coming out of the box, being in her coma and whatnot, and being like, this is the end, and I'm the last one to ever come. So that was kind of weird and creepy. And then she's basically in the coma, like, until more than halfway through the book, so that was kind of annoying. But so Thomas sees that Albie and Minnow are stuck in the maze, so he runs out there right before the door is shut, which is stupid, but he's a good person and he wanted to save them. So he saves Albie by tying him up on the vines, but then him and Minnow manage to kill 4 grievers by watching them roll off the cliff and then disappear into the griever hole. So that was kind of interesting, and you know, it took them a little bit to like realize that's the way they had to get out, but you know, when I was reading it, I was like, well, they have to be going somewhere. So it wasn't really predictable, but it was just weird. I don't know, the whole like dimension that they were in. I don't know. At first I thought it was aliens, and I was like, maybe like this is gonna be like an alien sort of ending, like they all got abducted, and then I was like, no, because I would have been pissed if that was it, because I don't know, whatever, I'm just ranting. But anyway, so they disappear into the Griever hole, and yeah, the Council of Keepers decide to make Thomas a runner, and you know, he finds out that they write down the maze, like they trace the maze and try and find out patterns, but they haven't found out anything. And then Albie wakes up from his changing since he was stung by the Grievers and basically says that he saw Thomas with the creators and it's just all crazy. And then he starts talking to Teresa in his head, which is really weird but kind of cool. And then she tells him that she's going to trigger the ending, and then they wake up and there's no sun. So I'm like, dang, that's sucks. No sun. I'd be spazzing. I'd be like in the corner, not doing anything, being a sad sack, being like, I'm just gonna sit here and not do anything because I have no upper arm strength, not that fast of a runner. No, I'm just kidding. I would help out, but yeah, it'd be pretty scary. Okay, 200 to 300. So all of the chaos with the sun going out, and then finally on page 285, I realized that Wicked stood for World in Catastrophe Kill Zone Experiment. I was like, finally! Like, I figured that out. But that doesn't mean anything, doesn't help out anyone, so it wasn't that cool. But I felt cool at the time. And, yes, so... Oh yeah, Thomas goes to get himself stung on purpose to remember. Which at first I was like, you're dumb. Why would you do that? But then I was like, no, Heather, he's actually really smart because he's going to remember everything. Which he did, and then he figured out they all had to run through the Griever hole, punch in the codes in which they found on the map when they looked at the designs and the sections and whatnot. So they did that, and if they didn't have Chuck there, then everything would have went to shit because he's the one that realized that they had to push a button and not type it in. Duh. So then they go there, and then Chuck dies because of stupid whatever his name was. I can't even remember. I hated him so much. He was so weird. I just pictured him like a giant grease ball the whole time. But yeah, Chuck, I loved him, and I'm so sad that he's dead. And all these greasy gross people come in, and then they shoot the creator lady who's trying to talk to them, and then they take all the gladers on the bus, and then they rush into this safe haven, and they think they're safe, but then the epilogue says that, you know, Team A or whatever gets 1 night of rest, and then they're getting introduced to the second part of the experiment. So really, these people are bad. So I thought it was a great ending. I mean, I'm really looking forward to the Scorched Trials. I have it on hold at the library. I just can't wait. Sorry, I'm moving the book so much. I don't know what to do. Anyways, yeah, I really, really, really liked it. I love Thomas, and I love Dylan O'Brien. Oh my god, he's so hot. I wish he could watch this video and see how much I love him because he's adorable. But yeah, so I really like this book. Leave your comments below. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like. And yeah, follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can talk. And yeah, see you on my next video. Bye guys.